Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cosmic Reid Live right here on WDW News. Today, I'm Cosmic Chris Reid. Always nice to be with you. We got a YouTube chat going on. We're also playing some tunes on WDWN Tunes, and joining me, as always, for another week of fun, imagineering, and creativity on this beautiful, hot, humid Monday evening is Jeff and Angelina. Guys, how's it going?
I'm the one that lives in Atlanta. What are you talking about? We had a lovely thunderstorm come through. It feels glorious, you crazy Canadians.
Oh, I would absolutely love your thunderstorm right now. It is hot and humid like Florida weather right here right now. So send it over our way.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking very summery. This is fun. I actually can't wait till we're doing this in like the winter and you guys are in like your winter furs or whatever you guys wear up there. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? So here's what I did something this last week. I went outside and I wore my mask for the first time. It was earlier this afternoon, and just to get an idea of how humid it is and wearing a mask in that humidity. And it's crazy, man. It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's so funny because, again, and it is great to see all of you, and I love seeing all of you in the chat because, Arch, I'm not going to get into it because this is my happy place, my happy bubble, but Arch actually just asked if Atlanta was still standing. It's not quite like the Civil War again, but it was an interesting weekend, I will say that, because I live right in the city. But that is the first thing that I think about in my happy place, right? I want to put my mask on and I want to go to the happiest place on the planet. And I'm like, I just can't see myself doing that before. Well, I don't even know if I'm going to be allowed to before October, but before October, I mean, it is, where's my mask is right here. Here's my, I feel like I should, I had, does anybody have any Disney masks in there? This is you guys are going to mock this. This is my Dave Matthews mask. I don't want to hear anything from you guys, but there you go.
It's not a Wally. I'm just surprised it's not a Wally mask.
Yes, we're going to get there. But yeah, I mean, to your point, if it's like hot and humid up in Canada, you're starting to get like a little bit of that feeling. And it's something. I haven't figured out how to wear sunglasses yet, by the way, with that, because I can't see. You know what I'm saying? Like really fucks up. So. Hey,
I gotcha.
Super Bowl champs, Crash Into Me. I got a Dave Matthews shout out there. Hey, cheers to you, Super Bowl champs. That's right.
Hey, Super Bowl champs, how's it going? Paul, I see you out there as well. Caitlin is watching. My name is Stitch out there as well. Arch Fox, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. I saw that you had a busy day. So thanks for joining us. Adam, as always, thanks for tuning in as well. Stephen Brown, my favorite time of the week. Thank you so much for that as well. We appreciate it. Joel as well. How's it going out there? And it's David. Thanks so much for joining us. We got a big show. A couple weeks back, we did the Imagineering Magic Kingdom and created our own attractions and restaurants and character meet and greets and shows for the Magic Kingdom that don't currently exist. And we can't bring anything back from the past. It has to be like an original idea. So we thought we would continue that series with tonight and do it Epcot style. I think we'll be doing one of these parks next week as well. So we'll announce that, I guess, before the end of the show as well. But we're doing Epcot today. And this was a tricky one. I had more difficulty trying to come up with an original attraction, restaurant, character meet and greet, and show and experience than I did with Magic Kingdom. I don't know about you two, but it was tough. It was tough to think of an original idea.
Epcot is like its own world, right? So it's very different than the other parks. So I'm really excited to hear what everyone has to say about it and what they think we should do.
For sure.
I'm excited to hear like what some the chat room people say too. And my country option, by the way, I feel like you're gonna poo-poo it. It's not quite as bad as poutine, but it made an appearance at one of the food and wine festivals. But I mean, Epcot's interesting because I hear what you're saying, Angelina, but at the same time, like you look at the park and it's sort of strayed so far from what it was supposed to be, air quotes, that it really kind of does seem like anything goes, right? Like you've got a Donald Duck boat ride and then Frozen. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know.
it's gonna be great.
I know. You know what? We asked the question. Speaking of that, on Twitter today, we said, "What one attraction could you, if you could bring back any attraction from Epcot's past that's not there right now, what would you bring back?" And there were a ton of responses. Maelstrom was a popular choice to bring back. Of course, the original Dreamfinder, Journey into Imagination, Dreamfinder, and Figment was a very popular choice as well. There were some that people named, like just one person named it, and it was something really small, but it meant a lot to them. So we'll read some of those as well. But if you're in the chat, also let us know. Mandy already said Food Rocks. Remember Food Rocks? And
said Food Rocks, dude. Food Rocks was almost gonna be my pick.
Yeah. Stephen Brown, Epcot is weird. Even the Imagineers can't figure out what to do with it. It seems like that right now. It's you know, it was once the park. It was like my favorite park at one point. I can't say that it really is right now, especially, I mean, even given the construction, it's just, I don't want to get into it, but like Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, I don't see why that.
Guardians of the Galaxy there, right? What?
Yeah.
Well, I hope that Disney's listening, because we got lots of good ideas coming their way right now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably get into this. We got a lot to do. I will say one that wasn't mentioned on Twitter though, but Disney fan 58444 just said Tapestry of Nations and/or Tapestry of Dreams. That was such a cool show in all of its steampunk glory around Epcot. It was so cool, and that music is just iconic. When I heard Epcot Forever for the first time, and that song played in the middle of it, I teared up. Not much music can do that, but I didn't expect that one. I was expecting New Horizons and Fun to Be Free and all this old stuff, but like, whenever that comes on WDWN tunes, it's just like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Yeah,
I gotta tell you, isn't it? I love that it gives you that kind of emotion, and now people in the chat are doing it, because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it only? It actually was like part of that Millennium Celebration. I think it was only there for the actual 16 months. Which I always thought Illuminations was going to be there only for 16 months. And then, of course, it was there for 20 years, 2 decades. But that actually was it. So if you were not there for those 16 months, you have no idea what anybody's talking about. And I can't fathom with how crowded Epcot gets now, them even being able to do
my gosh.
For them to pull it off.
Right. Yes. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding what it was. Horatio, welcome. I haven't seen you in the chat before. It says, so true. That music gives me goosebumps too. Tapestry of Nations. Yeah, no kidding. All day. That stuff. Yeah. Very, very emotional stuff. It's good stuff. Well, let's get into some of this Imagineering stuff that we thought of. So we have this hour, we'll be doing attractions, restaurants, character meet and greets, and shows/experiences. Our own ideas. So I'll go ahead and start with the attractions one. This would be in Future World. It would be an Omnimover style ride. Not replacing Spaceship Earth. So this is like its own building. Do that. I don't know. Yeah, no, that's not what it would be doing. I did.
Ooh, try not to
save Judy. We already saved Judy once, man. We don't want to have to do it again.
This is not a replacement to Spaceship Earth. It's all good. Do not come after me. So I'm going to call it something like the Legacy Project. And people we've already been talking about the Epcot music, the past, the present, the future of Epcot. So it would kind of be like an Omnimover ride that maybe the vehicles would move backwards to start, and you would see the land, like this space that is now Epcot in its like just swamp form, I suppose. And it would go through the years leading up to 1982. It would go past some of the original buildings. This would obviously be like screen heavy, but they could also do like facades inside the attraction and move you through different maybe entrances. You go from like Horizons, you go into World of Wonders of Life. Maybe you go like there's have like Body Wars vehicles popping by, and it would be called the Legacy Project, and then it would eventually get up to the current state of Epcot and then some of the future stuff that they're promising. So dark ride, Omnimover ride with all this great music that people love, clearly because they've included it all in the Epcot Forever fireworks. That is my attraction for What's that? That's yeah. So that is what I would do for Epcot. People love the past, and people wouldn't have to be familiar with the past to go on it. They would be educated as to what was there and how this park became to be what it is today, or what it is becoming. Right. So that's what I would do.
I absolutely love that. And it's so funny. The one thing that I feel like we do always seem to come back to on this show is kind of like looking back to the past, right? And almost something like what I'm seeing is like, look, love or hate the People Mover. I happen to love it on a nice hot day. I want to just sit down and do it. You know what I mean? And you go through the first tunnel and they're kind of talking about the new Epcot. You know what I mean? Like I feel like let's really, you're almost doing like a it's almost like you're doing a carousel of Epcot. That's what I'm
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the carousel of Epcot. But why are we shying away from it, man? Like, because everybody in this chat room remembers it from when they were kids to then the next generation, to be able to kind of experience it. Because I mean, like you just said, the only place you can even experience Tapestry of Nations is just that music or YouTube and blah, blah, blah. But it's just never the same. If you could kind of like almost get back to those experiences that you had when you were a kid, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
I mean, unless I totally heard your idea and just
no, that's it. And some people in the chat were saying, Brian Sutton said it must include Buzzy. Can you imagine Buzzy right at the end? I'm here. Have a great stay. Horatio also said it can also be it can be updated after many years. Yeah, because it could just keep evolving as the park keeps evolving. So it wouldn't be something that would have to change too often. But when there's something big taken out or big coming up, yeah, it's something that they could update. And I don't know where you would put it. Maybe in the space that wasn't interventions or something like that.
Have either of you been there? Because I can't remember the last time you were there, Chris and Angelina. I believe you would have been there. What they did were during Food and Wine, they would have like a beer garden in there. It's in between Test Track and Mexico.
Like
whatever that building
in
is.
Odyssey, in the Odyssey restaurant. Yes.
In the Odyssey restaurant. And it was, they kind of almost made it was like if you were going to buy like $1 million condo. It was almost like they made it like a preview center for the new Epcot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Had you seen it, Chris? Like I actually sat there and watched that whole 5-minute show twice because I thought, I mean, it was like really cool projection mapping technology.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for what they were going to do.
I saw videos of it. It came after I was there last, but yeah, it did look really, really cool. Yeah, like you said, with the project mapping and the waterfall and the detail was really cool.
Yeah, I thought that it was really cool, and I wonder what they did with that. If anyone knows in the chat what they did, I'd be really interested to see if it came to fruition or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ideas.
Last time I was there when they were building it, but I mean, like the stuff that they had put on the globe for what they were going to do was pretty ambitious. You know what I mean? They kind of like showed you like the sneak peek of the whole like what they were going to do for Moana, like in interventions or whatever.
Yes. Yep.
I think you could use that technology for your attraction. That's all I'm saying, Chris.
Yeah. No, I love that. Yeah, for sure. Anything like that, just to kind of a roadmap of Epcot, something like that, because people just love that kind of stuff so much. The history, they could maybe pull some stuff from the archives and put it in there, as long as they bolt it down and it's not stolen by anyone.
Yeah, right.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Behind glass. Yeah. Angelina, what do you say for an attraction for Epcot?
An attraction for Epcot. Now, I hope that I'm not taking Jeff's ideas, because
if it's not Wally related, you're good.
Well,
way.
maybe it does. Okay?
No,
maybe
you did not, Angelina.
I'm sorry. Okay, but I had to. Okay, because I thought it was a really good idea. So, Wally, he's hanging out and he's on a train. maybe not a train, but something similar to, I'm thinking like similar to Mickey and Minnie's Railroad, but kind of Omni Mover, maybe like Ratatouille, the new like Ratatouille ride in France, trackless ride system where Wally teaches us about energy conservation. And I think that it would be really cool to see like different, maybe like a little bit about climate change and things like, because Epcot's all about education, right? So we have to make it fun, include those Disney characters. And I thought that Wally would be a really good host for that. So, and then if he does need if he needs someone to talk for him, perhaps a narrator, I don't know why, but the first person that came to my mind was Jeff Goldblum. Don't know why. If someone has a better idea, let me know. But I think it would be funny. But Wally and Jeff Goldblum, energy conservation ride. Thank you. That's my pitch.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I mean, I know Jeff.
Jeff's like, now what do I do? Now what do I do?
Jeff's like, well, you just stole my idea. I like that though, with the whole like energy conservation thing. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to launch into it yet, but I do appreciate the fact that Angelina has embraced this delightful character back here, because I believe he has so much to teach us, as you've seen. And the weird addition of Jeff Goldblum is either going to haunt me forever or just fill me with bliss. I haven't quite decided yet.
Could be the best thing ever.
Yes.
He is he just plays himself in every single movie he does, doesn't he? Isn't that like, how does he get away with that?
But he's got his Disney Plus show, so I thought, let's just throw him in there.
All right.
He's got an interesting voice, Wally could teach him some things. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff? What do you think?
So I thought long and hard about this one, and it basically centers on conservation. Hear me out. And how the planet, how we could, maybe help with that. There's a robot. Her name is Eve. No, I'm kidding. Of course it's Wally. But it would be hard pressed. There was no way that I wasn't getting Wally in here. And I've got to be honest with you. For the life of me, and I can't believe I've never said this before, it was like I knew that the universe of energy had to go, right? But when you asked me which attraction should come back, I'm bringing that one back just to tease you on it.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than 45 minutes in the air conditioning at 2 o'clock.
Yes, true. Yeah.
Summer day, right? Take a nap in there. But because, kind of what they were doing, I thought that would have been like a nice reskin, right? Like they could keep it, and it's like Wally's universe of energy because he was already in the universe. And I think it would have been a very easy thing. We talk about conservation. I'm with you though, man. I mean, I think there's such an opportunity to teach like the next generation about conservation. And if you think about the movie, I mean, like, both the Ellen movie had a whole segment on windmills and things like that and alternate types of energy. And I think it would have been actually an interesting rebrand. But I think that if Wally doesn't make sense in Tomorrowland, where I tried to put him 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, he definitely makes sense here. So maybe we could join together, Angelina, and form one match.
I love that. We can put our budgets together.
Yes.
It'll be great.
So Adam in the chat, I will say, Adam in the chat actually had a trackless Wally ride as well. So maybe he's got some cash to throw. I'll take it.
Nice. I think there will be a Wally attraction somewhere, sometime in the parks. I don't exactly know where it's going to go, but I mean, Jeff, as you're proving, he could really go anywhere in the park. I mean, in any park. And he could go in Animal Kingdom because of the conservation thing, He can go in the studios because
he'll be there.
Movies.
He'll be there when we do that part,
right?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, save the earth with Wally. Oh, and shout out to Joel, who's also listening to WDWN tunes as well, saying that we're playing Canada. You're a lifetime journey. I'm going for more wine. Classic. If you're just tuning in for the first time of the show, you can listen to WDWN tunes at the same time. WDWNtunes.com for some great Disney Park music, and that is also playing 24/7, 365. We are playing Disney Park music for you of all from past and present as well. Tapestry of Nations frequently goes on there. I'm the guy who picks the music. It's on there a lot. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. I know I'm going long, and I'm the the guy that lacks brevity. So I apologize to both of you. However,
no, go for it.
Back to the thing. It was like Incredibles. How long did we wait for a sequel? Quick answer. Like
about 87 years. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
For what?
For like the Incredibles sequel. I feel like maybe WALL-E was ahead of its time. You know what I mean? WALL-E might be a little ahead of its time, and like maybe we're gonna get there. We're all gonna learn to love the robot. 8 years. Snyder Racing Drones.
8 years. Yep.
I felt like it was longer. I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was like 12. But I was a communications major and basically failed all math classes, so that's very possible.
That's why we're in communications.
That's exactly right. I feel like maybe we're catching up to WALL-E, and people are catching up. But like with the whole Disney nature stuff, it feels like it just makes sense. Okay, I'll stop now.
No, I like it. I think that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, guys.
Let's do one more, and then I'll read some of the Twitter as well, and I'm going to ask a question in the YouTube chat in just a few minutes here as well. But let's go on to
Snyder Racing Drones. Snyder Racing Drones says no, I was super wrong. It was 14 years. He was just a little bit off there. Okay.
I mean, just twice as long.
Yeah, you're doing math like I do math.
Almost
so
twice
for correcting yourself.
Okay, so let's move on to a restaurant here, and this is tough because Epcot has so many options and places to eat.
Yes.
I mean, the World Showcase is full. Future World is getting that space 2020 space whatever restaurant, and there's other options that you can go to if you want, like Coral Reef and such. So this was tricky, but Angelina, do you want to go? Do you want me to go? What are you feeling?
I can go. Yeah, sure. This one was tough. Like you're saying, Chris, like there's not unless you're going in the World Showcase, you've got like, Electric Umbrella. That's really like the only one that I can really think of that's like, quick service food. So I was thinking something, and I will credit Horatio in the chat. This was from a while ago. He had mentioned my good friend Baymax, who I didn't even think about, but I thought it was a good idea as we were talking here. So I was thinking like a futuristic, maybe it's sponsored by like Tesla. I don't know, like, someone who's big in like that world, but I'm thinking like futuristic robot, self-service, touch screens. I don't know how well that would work right now, but no, did I take your idea? Yeah, we're on the same wavelengths right now, but I'm sorry.
I'm going to be like, maybe WALL-E could bring you some food.
No. Horatio said Baymax, and I thought that was a good idea. So I'm thinking we're going to be looking at like the Big Hero 6 era with a restaurant maybe themed around that, sponsored by Tesla.
Sponsored by yeah.
She throws it.
I love
I don't
that,
know what
though.
type of food would have.
Yeah. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be
that's
sorry
cool.
if I maybe took someone else's idea, but Oh, and I'm sorry, Caitlin in the chat said Sunshine Seasons as well. Yes, we love Sunshine Seasons, but it's not like right in the center. You kind of have to go to the sides, and I don't know. It all has the same food, so we got to do something different here. Something different, Epcot.
Right. Mandy corrected me. It's space 220. So I was like 2020, 2021, 20. It's space 220. And Caitlin said also she's very excited for that one to open up. Yeah, I am too. I want to see how that's done. Right. Like I guess they're using the same kind of technology as that the Star Wars hotel will have as well, with the windows that look off into space and such, things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if in the distance of those windows screens that they use in that restaurant, if you're going to see like a Horizons vehicle, like something, some sort of tip of the hat, right? They're going to put that kind of stuff in there. They have to.
Right.
Yeah.
They have to.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
go ahead, Chris.
Okay. So this is my idea for a restaurant. It would be in Future World, and it would be called Foodworks, and that's a takeoff on the old, on ImageWorks. So it would be upstairs in the second floor of the Imagination Pavilion. It might, it's not like signature dining, but it might cost a little bit more to eat there because you have the solid views of the park, especially if you're there at the right time. You can see a fireworks show, whatever's going on in World Showcase Lagoon. And not only, and I realize there's a DVC lounge that wouldn't be there. This would be replacing it. The restaurant would be there. It'd be small, but it would be a character dining as well. And at the far side of it, kind of where you used to be able to go into the labs and such that were up there so many years ago now, would be like a portal. And the portal would open, and there'd be a bunch of rainbows like a tunnel. And who would come out for a character dining experience would be Dreamfinder and Figment.
And Figment, yeah. You had me at Dreamfinder and Figment. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, so Foodworks, and it would, I'm not sure what it would serve, but something like that where everyone wants to meet Dreamfinder and Figment. So that would be kind of the character dining. You're in Imagination Pavilion. Maybe there's the music playing up there would be some sort of like Imagination, a variation on the Imagination theme song. That's what I would do. Drew, yes, sold. We need this.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Okay, all right. We need this now. Who do you know? Who do you know in the chat? No, that's a great idea. I love the intro. Imagine like the anticipation of this portal. I love that you use it's like a portal and like the Dreamfinder and Figment coming out. People will like lose their minds.
Yeah, I mean, and that could even be like screens or something. It could.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it could be, like when is it Baymax is it Baymax? No, sorry, it's Wreck-It Ralph and they come out of the right. The door opens and it looks like they're coming out of the internet. Yeah, so it'd just be the same kind of thing. Like you couldn't go there or get close to it, but you could see them just a little bit of the rainbow corridor, the rainbow tunnel, the dream port, and they'd come out of that and then the door would shut. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think that'd be fun.
Wow, that is an absolutely great idea. And you've got a lot of fans in the chat here. You've got Drew and Horatio, Arch Fox, they're all saying great idea. Figment is life, Drew. And Figment is like the face of Epcot. So I mean, he needs his day. He really does.
Yes. Stephen Brown saying like colored food as well. Fun colored food. I like that. Purple steaks and red potatoes. Yeah, stuff like that. Like just make it really, really fun. Imagination music piping through like with a kaleidoscope of images on the walls. Yeah, exactly. Like dress it up. It's such a cool area up there. Right? It's not really being used for much. It's a DVC lounge is an excuse to fill a space with something that was just sitting there and doing nothing, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I don't even know if there's a purpose to go on right now. I mean, like that's
show's over.
I kind of love that everybody went outside of the whole like the country thing, because I feel like it'd be like, oh, what's your favorite food? Oh, I want that kind of restaurant. You know what I mean? Like in World Showcase. So like this is really cool. As Drew goes, we don't need to hear about the Wally restaurant. Oh, well, I take it back. You're about to hear about the Wally restaurant, Drew. Very funny. For the next 27 minutes. Joking aside, though, a Wally restaurant would be amazing, and it would be. Okay, listen, hear me out. I'll try to keep this quick, but I really did think that a Wally restaurant would be a good idea in like the land, right? Because the land is all about conservation, Angelina. This is where we go back to our attraction, right? So, I mean, like you're already eating like lettuce and vegetables from there. I think that maybe the Wally restaurant could be a little more of a quick serve thing, and maybe he can bring your stuff out, but it's you could still somehow learn about like one-time use plastics and things like that, right? Like so it's still got like you're eating, but it's more on a conservation level. You know what I mean? Because I just think that get those subliminal things into kids. Like that's how you change it up. And like that land like food court with all like the little kind of, I mean, basically looks like a mall food court. Who are we kidding? Maybe you can retheme it that way. You know what I mean? I don't mean to offend anybody who really enjoys the rotisserie chicken there, but at the same time, maybe you could retheme that, and it's, you know, Wally's food court. Now, of course, it is true, so I don't want to hear your stupid face in the chat say anything about it. But you know, but you learn a little bit about conservation as well, and like, you know, that's it. I'm done. See, I told you I'd keep it quick, so I'm cutting it off. Would it have food in the cup? Sure, it would, Adam. Yes, it would. Yes, it would definitely.
Yeah.
I think that would be, that would be cool.
I'm sorry, you'd have to keep everything like, I know, sorry. You'd have to almost keep it like healthy and low calorie too, so that you don't get fat, like, you know, like the people in the movie too, right? Like you're learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I was almost thinking, again, if we wanted to like mix our restaurants together, I mean, like the self-service thing and Wally, like you can make it so that the self-service thing is like healthier, and you could have Wally involved and Baymax. Well, crazy.
Chris, I'm sorry if you and I are like not vibing tonight, but it seems like she and I are like really like we.
No, you guys are good. Hey, I got the people of the chat behind me here. Cheyenne also. Cheyenne put sounds like green eggs and ham turned Figment with the colored food idea. I thought that was pretty funny as well.
That's pretty
that's pretty cool. Well, geez, it's already like, oh man. One of these days, people, we will do a longer show than an hour. That day is not today. Just letting you know.
One of these days.
Oh, boy.
That day is today.
That day is not today. I'll just pause for a second in our discussions here and say, if you like what you're seeing, the content we're pumping out here on WDW News Today, or also on WDWNT, the radio station for WDW News Today, we always welcome the super chat donations, which is that little $sign below where you're chatting on YouTube. Any amount is appreciated. It all goes to WDWNT and keeps everything running. Also, shout out now to all the WIGS members in the chat. Roll call on the WIGS because if you're a WIGS member, here we go. It's the WDW News Today Interglobe Society, and you get access for as little as $2 a month to a bunch of really cool features, extra shows, bonus content, and we kind of engage a little bit more with you as well. So if you become a WIGS member, if you want to become a WIGS member, you can do so at patreon.com/WDWNT. Here comes the WIGS roll call. Here we got, my name is Stitch, Matt K, Mandy. Let's see. Vader.
Mandy wants
David.
Shout-outs.
AB. Mandy wants 2 shout-outs. Mandy again. Brian Sutton. There we go. So thank you all for being WIGS members. That means a lot to each and every one of us here. If you're interested in becoming a member as well, as little as $2 a month, it's patreon.com/WDWNT. Always appreciated. And with that, more tequila rather than wine.
Yeah.
What?
Joel's speaking my language, man, tonight. I gotta tell you.
Well, should we? Do you want to move on, or do you want me to read some of these responses on Twitter here?
No,
I want to hear Twitter.
I was impressed with how many people were doing the tweets today. Hey, Snyder Racing Drones, WIGS.
Snyder Racing Drones.
Hey, Snyder Racing Drones. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Yes, super chat. They feel
WIGS, long live Cosmic Reid Live. Thank you so much for that. Totally appreciate that. It all goes to the news today. Thumbs up and Snyder Racing Drones. We totally appreciate that. Thank you very much. The attractions that people are naming. So we asked the question on Twitter earlier today, on my Twitter account at Cosmic Reid, and we said, if you could bring one attraction back from the Epcot's past, which one would it be? Many people said multiple. It's fine. I get it. It's Epcot, and it's a tough decision. There's a lot that has come and gone. So I'm going to read a couple of them. on Twitter. Horizons, Phil. So Philip says Horizons, easiest question to answer ever. Horizons. Castaway RJ says original Journey into Imagination and Horizons, because I don't know which one to pick between the two. Yeah, that was a common occurrence. Brian Brennan on Twitter said the double-decker buses. Do you remember them from World Showcase?
What?
Jeff, did you ever see there was double-decker buses?
I have no idea.
I'm not sure if they had
in the chat. No.
I'm not sure, but they had I want to say they had characters on them or something, and I do remember one going by. It was a red double-decker bus, but I might be thinking of something else. Joel remembers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, because at Disneyland, Mickey will come by on a trolley, but I do not remember the double-decker buses at all. So
like, were they real, like full-size buses, or were they?
Yep. As far as I remember,
how did they get that?
Yeah.
I guess was it around World Showcase? I don't like. It would have been my first trip, and I might even be thinking of like some other park that we went to. I don't, but I do have this image of double-decker buses. I can send you. Oh, I can send you pictures, Mandy. Yes, please. That would be awesome. Totally appreciate that.
Please.
The rope drop show. Okay, Stephen Brown confirmed the rope drop show had the characters on the double-decker buses. I do remember that. Right. Okay. Universal had buses on London Street, Arch Fox. Paul Adler talking about the attraction that he misses the most. I would give anything in the world just to ride Horizons one last time. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, you have to ride Cosmic Reid's new Epcot attraction, and maybe
what did I call it? The Legacy Project. I already forgot.
Yeah, yes. Did you write
Mark says World of Motion. Charles says this is cool. Fantastic plastic works. Loved making a robot to take home. Still have a few in my office. Now, I'm not sure if that was in like Imagination or if that sounds kind of like Innoventions. Fantastic plastic works, and I guess you made little robots. If anyone in the chat was around for that, let us know as well. Mandy
Epcot
from
has
the chat
changed
also
so much.
No kidding.
Yeah. The version of Test Track with the loud noises in the queue. Yeah, the crash test dummies, and without the whole designing a car garbage. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what the purpose of that new concept is. Not new, but you know.
Hey.
Oh, Brian Sutton. Hey,
Brian,
shout out to Brian. Give me back Journey into Imagination with Dreamfinder. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank
Brian.
you so much.
You know what you're talking about.
Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And it all goes to WDW News today. We always appreciate that. Yes, thank you very, very much. We all sincerely appreciate that. And Horatio says, one of my favorites, Body Wars. I loved Body Wars. I only went on it a few times, but I still get the music stuck in my head from that attraction.
Oh, yeah.
It was cheesy, but it was cool.
But I love that. So Horatio said that, and I love that he did, because that was actually going to be one of my like what would you bring back? But you know, every time I think about it, like, it was kind of a precursor to Star Tours, right? And it's funny because every time I get on Star Tours, still I think about Body Wars. But I have a real I'm sure you find this hard to believe, but I'm a bit of a baby, and I pass out at the doctor's during blood tests. I know I find that hard to believe.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't do them. So it actually it made it like just the idea of having that sliver made me so nauseous. It was crazy because that was the whole thing, right? Like, you had to get the sliver out, and the antibodies were going and things like that. Am I making this up? Am I making Body Wars up? I might be.
No, you're not. No. So we can't pull it up on the screen here. I'm going to try to do something here and pull up a picture from my phone. So Mandy did shoot me over a picture. I want to see when this is going to show up. Can you see that or not?
Oh my god!
A little bit.
I totally can see that.
I'm on a bit of a delay, so I don't know if you can see.
What are those characters on the top there? Is there that's Baloo. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's Baloo, there's Goofy. You see characters. I knew there was characters. I feel like I might have seen this at some point. And Minnie is down there as well. Pinocchio is King Louis. Robin Hood.
Wow.
Good Lord, man.
It's really
Nice job with
random.
the quick
It's
action
like,
on that.
It's like Phantasmic at the end of. It's like
I wonder
it's like
which one was
Phantasmic.
first.
And there's characters that just, how did they get there? Why are they even on here? And and here's one more. See you real soon. So when was this? Hang on. This looks like last 3 are at the Volo Auto Museum from Mandy as well. I'm going to try to. So this is it in its current state. There's a delay on my camera, so I can't see right now. But I'm assuming maybe you can see it there.
It's a little bit of a glare. Tilt down, man. Tilt down.
Tilt down. There we go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
But
where is that thing? And why do you have this picture, Mandy? That's crazy.
No, that is really, really cool.
Mandy's like, oh, the museum in Illinois. Thank you very much, Mandy. You are like the cosmic Reid historian, I guess now.
Yeah.
And
we're just gonna ask Mandy every time.
Yes. Anytime we don't know an answer, ask Mandy, and like 3 minutes later, Chris will have a picture of it. So this is fantastic.
One day we'll be able to pull up on the screen. We're working on that too. We're working on a lot of things.
Baby steps. We're working on a lot of things. Baby steps.
We're working on it.
I'm still happy that you guys in the chat have. Oh my God! Somebody just said Cranium Command. I love you, Paul, for that.
Yes, Paul.
I'm happy that the people in the chat have stayed with us after our first 3 weeks of just being in black for the first 5 minutes and on mute. So I feel like
that's right.
You don't want to put pictures.
To the OGs.
Yeah, Ed, shortly before you joined us, we were on mute for 15 minutes at one point. That was our first show.
I think I remember watching that, and you can go back to watch the recorded version if you don't know what they're talking about. It's on YouTube. Very, very funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Your honesty is refreshing. Okay, let's move on to the next thing with that.
Okay.
We don't need to live in the past, guys.
No, it's original. I'll read one more here. Book Ninja says, the original Journey into Imagination, oh my goodness, how Kodak wrecked it. The fact they kept tweaking it because it was a terrible design, and for several weeks after it opened, they had management standing at the end of the attraction to take complaints, speaks volumes. Yeah. Yeah, I guess when they redid Journey, and there was the whole Save Figment and all this stuff. I remember that. Those are tough times at Epcot. There's a lot of tough times at Epcot, and currently what's going on right now at Epcot is,
man.
Epcot has seasons. We're good for a couple of years, now we're gonna just go downhill.
Yeah, so they just don't need to touch Spaceship Earth, and they can just focus on the rest of the park.
Well, that's what they're doing now.
Everybody. Yeah, it was like Angelina with her Twitter handle of #SaveJudy. She was so excited that they decided to save a couple of bucks and not redo Spaceship Earth. I think it was I think it was your hashtag that saved it. Yes.
Yeah. I don't see why it would
be. Yeah.
So, well, okay, we got 15 minutes. I don't know how this goes like this. It flies by. We got 2 more things to do. I'm going to go first on this one because I kind of have already said my character meet and greet is in that it would be part of the character dining experience when I mentioned the restaurant. So it would be Dreamfinder and Figment at a character dining experience, coming out of that rainbow tunnel, meeting people that way, because everyone wants to meet them. Everyone wants to meet them. If they were just in a lineup at a cute, it would be so long. It would be ridiculous. So it's just, you're in this dining place. That's why maybe it costs a little bit more too. You're guaranteed to get a photo op with Dreamfinder and Figment, at your table or whatever the case is. So I'm going to just go ahead and say Dreamfinder and Figment in that restaurant that I would love to see. And for anyone just joining us, these are just imagination ideas that we have. This isn't actually happening. These are all just from our heads. We're creating stuff.
I want somebody to go on some type of rumor, and it's going to be Dreamfinder Figment meet and greet at the old Captain Theater That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Well, we know where that rumor would have started from.
Yes, no, that'd be fantastic. I think everybody should go start that rumor.
Hey, Cheyenne, just got to give a shout out. First time watching the show, love the live. First time to feel included. Hey, thank you very much. We try our best to include everyone in the chat. It just means a lot. We love interacting with you guys. We do this Imagineering quite often on the show. We're going to be doing hotels and stuff in the future, maybe even a water park or something like that. Lots of different ideas. We tend to not really focus on the news and focus on Imagineering stuff and memories and trip memories, because at the current point, that's all we have. So thank you so much for the comment. Yeah, I totally appreciate that. Makes Monday nights the best night of the week for us. So,
because I can assure all of you right now, there is not a lot of fun, happy stuff going out there, and you guys are everybody in the chat, and you guys are my fun, happy place for 1 hour a week. I guess that's why everybody says they need a 2-hour show. We need to bring more of the happiness. We need to bring more of the happiness into the world. So. But I love that. I love that somebody's just kind of joining us for the first time. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
awesome. Yeah.
And hey, if you
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, if people watching like the show, you can always just do a really simple thing at the bottom of the video. You can smash that thumbs up button. Always appreciate that as well. Over to you, Angela.
Yes. Over to me. Okay, well, mine's going to be really quick too, because I think we just all have such great ideas that we're all just thinking the same thing. So, so I have a character that I love very dearly, and I think that he needs more love. So I'm thinking something like a purple dinosaur who is maybe, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the Cheshire Cat and my idea that he was going to be similar to Donkey at Universal, where he has a friend somewhere in the park that helps him speak. And so I think that Figment would be a lot of fun to have as a character meet and greet, to do something like that. And I want him to be right at the front of the park, and the first character to meet in the park, because he's like the mayor of Epcot at this point. So that is my idea. So kind of tying into what Chris has to say. And I mean, Jeff, if you also agree with that idea, then
I feel like I have no choice but to agree, just because we're running so low on time. But I feel like a Wally meet and greet would be really good. Don't you guys?
No way.
Gee,
I'm shocked.
Seriously, who wouldn't want to meet a giant hunk of metal? No, man. I mean, Figment, like, by and large, would have to be it. I mean, you're right. He is kind of the he's the best. I actually was going to ask this. What is the longest line you've ever seen? Because like you were just talking about this, like the Dreamfinder Figment thing would have to be like 120 minutes. Really quick.
Yeah, it would.
What is the longest line you've ever seen for any character? And I know I'm going outside of Epcot, and I know we're going long on time, but people in the chat have stories as well.
I'll say mine right off the bat, Jeff. It was that night that we were there together but never saw each other for whatever reason. The 2012, the Tower of Terror 10 miler or the 13 miler or whatever that race was, and they had all the villains out. It was like a villains after party, and Maleficent was out there, and I was like, I don't care how long, I am waiting in this line for Maleficent. And that was a good, like, probably 45 minutes to an hour, but I stuck it out. And thankfully the performer stuck it out as well, because I was like, they're going to switch or they're going to end the line or not, you know. Yeah. But no, it was well worth it. She was really cool. Yep. Angelina, how about you?
Angelina, what about you?
I think that whenever I went for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and there's always those rare characters that are showing up there. So for me, I got to meet Lotso, which was about an hour wait, and that was a pretty big deal for a lot of people. And and Drew in the chat is saying, I waited an hour and a half on Halloween for Jack and Sally. That would be a big one too, that I could imagine a lot of people would want to meet them during Halloween.
Totally. Yeah.
This is why, as an only child, I hate going last, because now Drew took my answer. Jack and Sally at one of the Halloween things was absolutely crazy. But I will say this: I don't even remember Merida. I mean, I don't Merida, right, from Brave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a 2-hour line. She used to be on the back half of the castle. 2-hour line. And I was like, oh my, like it literally like said it on a thing. Like you will wait 2 hours for this. I had no idea she was even that
it's
popular of a character. So
I mean, the party is only like 5 hours or something. You're gonna be waiting 2.5 hours, 3 hours for the 7 dwarves. Like you could just Photoshop it if you want. I mean, like
maybe that's
I
something
do want to
we
get
can start to offer on the show. Yeah. We can offer some Photoshop meet and greets for super chats. Like if people like, we'll just like.
I like that.
That'll be what we provide. I'm sorry for derailing this. Go on.
No, it's all good. We got one more topic. I want to read a couple of these comments. So Kay in the chat said you should get Tyler involved to come up with a sketch of what you guys designed, like you did one for on Eric Wolf's show, The Wolf Den. Yeah. Tyler's going to be creating a graphic for this show really, really soon. He did an awesome job in that animating that intro as well. So big shout out to Tyler Mann, and he is working on something for this show as well. So hopefully the next couple weeks we'll be able to see something there. And there was another comment. Where was it? So, it was from Joel about like an Indiana Jones meet and greet, but I think it was like a bartender something. Yeah, I did. Anyways, I had kind of pinned that as well. Oh, Cheyenne has a good question. Do you prefer the Angelina Jolie Maleficent or the Disney Maleficent? The Disney Maleficent, no question. Yes. I just probably because I grew up with her. So I mean, like I grew up, watching the movie. She's not in the house, but. She yeah, definitely the classic, but we got like 6 minutes to bang out this last one, which is like a show experience at Epcot. So 3 people, 6 minutes, 2 minutes each. I'll go really fast. I'll go really fast with this one. This would be a show called Bright Futures. This is just a name off the top of my head.
You've got names for them and everything. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Bright Futures, fireworks. It would include jet skis on the World Showcase Lagoon. It would kind of be like the revamped World Showcase Lagoon, with like a bunch of like glowing lights or like lights under the water that make the lagoon kind of glow. And the jet skis and the people wearing like the costumes of the people on the jet skis would be all like glow in the dark, glowing, black lights everywhere. Is that all? Featuring music. That was featuring an unreleased track from the Sherman Brothers that nobody's ever heard before. We don't even know exists, as like the finale of it.
Wow!
There you go.
Wow. You went deep on that one, man. It sounded it sounded a little like Tron to me, though, man. Like that sounds like a nice Tron nighttime show. Just saying. Yeah,
it could have elements of Tron in it. Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Are there going to be kites in your show?
Kites. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. Mandy, future episodes will include a PowerPoint presentation. Love it. Short Force, welcome.
That's my favorite. I wouldn't rule it out. Do you want me, Angelina? I don't know how much time you have. Do you want me to just get mine over with? It would be a wall light,
mine's also real quick, fast. So you go for it.
It's just going to be a Wally, nighttime spectacular, 13, 15 minutes, something like that. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Joking aside, I know you said, Chris always has these rules about what we cannot do. I would like to break that rule on this particular time and just say, can we just get one night a year where Illuminations comes back? That's
interesting.
One night.
I just want one night a year. I bet the place goes bananas. And Wally, the 3-hour tour Archfox. That would be my that would be my ride. Yes,
I like it.
But yeah, if we could have Illuminations one night a year, I think that would be amazing.
Yeah,
they do Fantasy in the Sky for New Year's Eve. Like, do it then.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I do like that. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that.
The barge.
It's beautiful.
Mandy, I will not let the dream die. Mandy is like the dream killer versus the dream finder. Good Lord.
The barge is gone, man.
Dream, Mandy.
Oh, look.
Type that. Yeah.
Stephen Brown says Illumination's barges are up for auction. You can do it yourself. Jeff, you love pyro.
Serious?
You love those barges. Go get one, man.
Someone drop a link.
Just
Man, could you
talk to
imagine
Leah
if I got off? I was Chris. Thank you so much for even saying that, because could you imagine if I bought an Illuminations barge in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Atlanta? Where would it go?
honey, I got something. It's out back. Just bringing this piece up the stairs. It's just this ridiculous thing.
It just comes in pieces. I've got like
a million
utility
pieces.
cart, wheeling it down the hallway. What is that? Oh, it's just one of the barges.
It just smells like burnt. Smells like fireworks and
Gas.
gunpowder. It's like gasoline. Just stinks.
Hey, guys, somebody drop a link in there. I'll see if I can.
Love that.
Okay.
Okay.
This
is going on.
Okay, Angelina, did you go? I'm lost here.
No, I didn't. I don't feel like I can really beat that. But I just thought that it would be really cool to see more, instead of movies and films and whatnot in the World Showcase, I'd just like to see more like actual shows of like different types of cultures and arts, and how they perform arts shows, like more actual like live shows, like specifically for Canada. Real quick, specifically for Canada, I'd like to see less fiddle and more Indigenous culture, like powwows and things like that in Canada. So that would be my take.
I love
More
it.
culture.
I love it. Yep. No, that's cool, especially after some of them went away just before this whole pandemic thing started. Yeah, I think it's super necessary to bring some of those back, or just bring, like you said, new ideas and new stuff. And enough with the fiddling and axe throwing in Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. Well, okay, so there we go. Imagineering Epcot. We have maybe a minute or two left here. Our producer Jason, thank you so much for producing the show, standing by here. But let's just take a quick poll in the chat. And so we're either going to do Disney's Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom. And I guess let's just pick one of those for next week. So let's just do a quick poll in the chat. What do you want next week? Say Animal Kingdom or DHS. Whatever you guys want in the chat, we will cater to that. Hollywood Studios. It's going to be even. Is somebody keeping track here? We got Hollywood Studios. We got Animal Kingdom Studios.
It's pretty much.
Okay. It looks like so far. Studios.
Oh, it looks like Studios.
Not only does it look like Studios, I haven't seen an Animal Kingdom pick yet.
There's
Should we just
one
go to
Animal
water
Kingdom
parks
for Matt.
next?
I think Mandy wanted that.
Studios Animal Kingdom is my favorite. Yeah, I love Animal Kingdom. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Studios needs a huge redo.
Kind of a bad rap, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, it's better than a lot of people think it is.
I agree.
Okay.
Well, okay. So I guess next week then, we will do Disney's Hollywood Studios Imagineering next week, and then the week after, Mandy and everyone else, Animal Kingdom, Steven as well. Brian, we will do Animal Kingdom the week after that. So we'll do 2 weeks in a row of Imagineering the other 2 parks in Florida, which I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Studios, yeah, it has a lot of potential because in some areas it just can't get worse, right? Hello, Grand Avenue. So,
well, I mean,
all right.
Until the Wall-E attraction gets there, I mean, then.
Oh God, it's gonna be. Yes, you gotta get ready to think of another Wall-E restaurant, another Wall-E meet and greet, and another Wall-E Tower of Terror, and
you gotta just keep putting it into the universe. You gotta keep putting it into the universe. Hey, did we miss an Arch Fox joke? I think he hates that. Yeah, Mandy actually had a really good one. I was like, that sounded like an Arch Fox joke, Mandy. But yeah.
Wally is a droid. Stick Wally in. There you go. You're gonna say stick Wally with like BB-8 or something like that, right? I can see it. I can see it now. Wally in the chat. Build your own Wally attraction. Oh my! Wally dance party.
I love it. Wally dance party.
You guys are making Jeff's night.
I had a really long day, everyone. So thank you so much. We're gonna actually make that the fifth gate, I think. Wally
World.
Wally World, as Shan said.
This is her first visit. It better not be your last visit to the big
No,
show.
we'd love to see you next week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But you're actually this junk from a garbage pile, and you're building your own Wally or Eve, whichever you want. Feel the Force or whatever they. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Right?
Thank you guys for doing the work for me. I'll show up at 8:45. Perfect. Great.
Wally Dance Revolution ratio. That'd be like one of the DJ parties there at the studios. The Wally Dance Revolution summer.
Oh, and guess who's gonna voice it? It's gonna be Cosmic Chris Reid.
I know. I'll sneak my voice in there.
Make that intro happen by Monday. I got a full new Wally Dance Party intro. You make that happen.
Okay, hey, anything is possible. Yes, Eve's workshop. Chris is making work for himself. Yep. Yeah. I got a week. So I guess with that, yes. Thank you all for. Thanks so much all for tuning in. This was a lot of fun to do the Imagineering of Epcot. Shout out to the Super Chat donos as well. Thank you. We always appreciate those all throughout the show and all throughout the week and all the other shows that we do as well here on WDW News Today. Thanks for listening on WDWNT as well, the official radio station of WDW News Today. If you like the show, you can become a WIGS member as well. That's the WDW Inner Globe Society. Patreon.com/WDWNT for as little as $2 a month. You get some really cool perks, extra shows, content, and stuff like that we can give you. So with that being said, next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're back on Monday, and we will be Imagineering Disney's Hollywood Studios as chosen by you in the chat. So for Angelina and for Jeff, I'm Cosmic Chris Reid. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a safe and magical week. Talk to you all next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern.